Kiyan, the #1 player in the state of New York.
I want to show the world I'm not just an NBA player's son. Now is my turn.
Kiyan Anthony isn't just riding the coattails of his dad, NBA legend Carmelo Anthony. He's stepping into the spotlight, showing us he's got his own skills and his own flair. This high school sensation from New York is turning heads, breaking ankles, figuratively of course, and proving he's a force to be reckoned with. At first, people saw him as Melo's kid, but now they're watching highlight reels of Kiyan dropping buckets, making plays and earning his spotlight. He's carving out his own identity in a way that's impossible to ignore. But what's behind all this Kiyan Anthony hype? Is it the bloodline, the skill set, or maybe a mix of both? And why does it feel like he came out of nowhere, dominating the high school scene overnight? Buckle up, because we're diving into why Kiyan is a name you're going to hear a lot more of. Kiyan recently made his mark at the NBPA Top 100 camp, and trust me, NBA scouts were paying close attention. The kid was on fire, averaging over 28 points a game against some of the toughest players under 17 in the entire country. At 6'5", he's got the perfect size for a shooting guard, and his game is reminiscent of his dad's, smooth, versatile, and dangerous from anywhere on the floor. He hasn't met a shot he doesn't like. Whether it's hitting jumpers, driving to the rim, or getting to the free throw line, Kiyan can do it all. But let's not kid ourselves. Being the son of an NBA icon like Carmelo brings massive pressure. However, Kiyan's not backing down. Melo may be retired, but he's been by Kiyan's side, training him and cheering him on from the front row. Melo's influence is clear, and it's helping Kiyan grow into a top-tier player. While Carmelo's career didn't end with a championship, he's not done making an impact. He's now helping Kiyan fulfill his potential, and maybe, just maybe, he'll see a championship through his son. Carmelo left a long-lasting legacy in New York, but before Melo was a household name in the NBA, he was already a legend in college basketball. In just one season at Syracuse University, Melo cemented his legacy, leading the team to their first ever NCAA championship in 2003. His dominance in the tournament included a standout 33.14 rebound performance in the Final Four, earning him the Most Outstanding Player honors. Syracuse fans still rave about Melo's ability to take over games, and his number 15 jersey remains iconic. That NCAA championship wasn't just a milestone for Melo. It reshaped the trajectory of Syracuse basketball. He brought a level of swagger and dominance that made him one of the most exciting one-and-done players in history. Even to this day, he's still considered one of the greatest college players of all time. Fast forward to the NBA, and Carmelo's trade to the New York Knicks in 2011 marked the start of a new era for basketball in the Big Apple. Melo was the face of the Knicks during some of their most competitive seasons in recent history, including leading the team to a 54-win season in 2013, their best since 1997. That year, Melo won the NBA scoring title, averaging 28.7 points per game, and was named to the All-NBA second team. Melo's signature scoring ability, clutch performances, and love for the city made him a fan favorite at Madison Square Garden. Whether it was dropping 62 points in a single game against the Charlotte Bobcats, or hitting buzzer beaters that lit up the crowd, Carmelo gave Knicks fans moments they'll never forget. Although the team fell short of a championship during his tenure, Melo's impact on the culture of New York basketball is undeniable. Kiyan, growing up around this legacy, has big shoes to fill, but with Carmelo's guidance, he's already on the right path to create a legacy of his own. Being the only child of a 10-time NBA All-Star means big expectations. But Kiyan's not just coasting on his dad's name, he's proving he's got the skills to back it up. Right now, he's ranked as the #1 player in New York, and in the top 40 nationally for the class of 2025. It might be a silly question, but it's on everyone's mind. Is Kiyan an NBA-level prospect? Well, born in 2007, Kiyan grew up with Melo still dominating in Denver. But after the blockbuster trade to the New York Knicks, the family settled in the Big Apple. Even after Melo journeyed a bit for teams like the Thunder, Rockets, Trailblazers, and Lakers, they stayed rooted in New York City. Through all the changes, one thing remained constant: Melo's approach to Kiyan's basketball future. From day one, Melo made it clear he wouldn't push his son into basketball. He let Kiyan choose his own path. If Kiyan wanted it, Melo would be there every step of the way. And in 2021, Kiyan enrolled at Christ the King High School in Queens, a school with a serious basketball legacy. But just when Kiyan seemed to be hitting his stride, he made a surprising move. He transferred to Long Island Lutheran High School in 2023, sending shockwaves through the high school basketball scene. At Lou High, Kiyan's game went to another level, and soon after, he committed to Syracuse. Surprisingly, Kiyan wasn't always set on the NBA. It wasn't until his skills started to blossom that he began to take his hoop dreams seriously. Now though, he's a top prospect, and people are starting to realize he's not just Carmelo's kid. He's Kiyan Anthony, a rising star in his own right. At 6'5", Kiyan's got the size and skill to make defenders sweat. While he might not be the one throwing down crazy dunks every game, his game is all about finesse, craftiness, and high basketball IQ. He's got a smooth shot, crafty handles, and the instincts to score in a variety of ways. Kiyan is making defenders' lives miserable. As a shooting guard, he's a serious scoring threat, capable of draining contested shots, driving hard to the basket, and breaking down defenses with slick moves. And the pick and roll? Kiyan ranks in the top 90% of players in the 2024 Nike IBL circuit in pick and roll scenarios. He's constantly making the right play, whether it's knocking it down in your face or dishing out a slick assist. At just 17 years old, Kiyan's already putting up impressive numbers. He averaged 19.6 points per game in the IBL and had breakout performances, including a 28-point, 6-rebound, 3-steal game against Team Final. He also dropped 25 points and grabbed 5 boards against the New York Rens. Kiyan's scoring ability is undeniable, and as his body continues to develop, his game is only going to get deadlier. So is another Anthony superstar on the horizon? Well, watching Kiyan at the NBPA Top 100 camp, it's clear he's got not just his father's scoring ability, but also that same basketball IQ and smooth style. Now with Carmelo personally guarding him, it's no surprise Kiyan's looking like a future star. His game is loaded with jab steps, hesitation moves, and pump fakes, making him reminiscent of his father and a nightmare for defenders. And his confidence? Through the roof. For a 17-year-old, Kiyan is playing like a seasoned pro. But the journey's just starting. Kiyan's already had a standout season at Long Island Lutheran, and when he arrives at Syracuse, he's going to face even tougher competition. But one thing is clear, his potential is limitless. Let's not forget, other NBA stars like Stephen Curry, Paul George, and Klay Thompson also faced doubts early in their careers coming from NBA pedigrees. Kiyan's currently ranked in the top 50 nationally, and his ranking is only going up. A year ago, he wasn't even in ESPN's top 100, but now he's fully on the radar. Kiyan Anthony's got the world at his feet. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in college basketball. If he could bring Syracuse a championship like his father, that would just be the most fairy tale beginning to his career. But what do you think? Is Kiyan capable of surpassing his dad's legendary career, or will his name be his greatest asset? If you like keeping up with basketball's young stars, then you will love what we have in store for you. Join us next time as we look at another up-and-coming NBA wonder kid.